The guy who I think epitomizes the good, the bad, everything in between, and just it's sort of a microcosm of America, is Elon Musk. Because this week, he had an amazing week. He caught this.
In a recent episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, things got intense during a panel featuring Joe Scarborough and billionaire entrepreneur Mark Cuban. Bill Maher kicked off the discussion by talking about Elon Musk, praising some of Musk's contributions to America, even while acknowledging his political support for Donald Trump. Then, Maher brought up a comment Musk made on social media, where he jokingly compared Mark Cuban to MSNBC's Rachel Maddow. Maher asked Cuban what he thought of that, and Cuban's response, exactly what fans were hoping for. But it didn't stop there. The conversation quickly turned toward a heated topic: misinformation in politics. That's when Joe Scarborough pushed back hard, and things got fiery fast.
Epitomizes the good, the bad, everything in between, and just it's sort of a microcosm of America, is Elon Musk. Because this week, he had an amazing week. He caught, this is from Politico, he pulled off an engineering marvel where he launched the largest, most powerful rocket in the world, and on the first try, caught the 23-story tall booster that brings it up in midair with using chopstick-like mechanical arms. We made a little video called Elon Musk's Week that encapsulates this. Would you show it? It'll just take a few seconds. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? And then that's the same guy. This is such a game changer with exploring the stars with the rocket, but he also, the tweets. FEMA used its budget ferrying illegals into the country instead of saving American lives. Treason. That's the same guy. He also said, tweeted, Mark Cuban and Rachel Maddow are the same person. Don't believe.
You can be one of the world's greatest entrepreneurs, literally the last century, and be a troll at the same time.
Sure, the exchange between Musk and Cuban started lighthearted, but the conversation soon shifted gears. Bill Maher pointed out how Elon Musk is now facing pressure from government officials, largely because of his political views and support for Trump. That's when things got serious.
Wanted to this week, he's suing, right? He's suing the 12-member commission, the California Coastal Commission. He launches his rockets from Vandenberg Space Force Base. We used to call it Air Force Base, but I guess now we're into Space Force time. He wanted a proposal to expand the number of launches. Okay, again, one of the most impressive companies, an American company. He wants a little more, give it to him. No, the commission, some bureaucrat, said no, and this is the reason why. Commissioner Carol Hart saying, we're dealing with a company the head of which has aggressively injected himself into the presidential race and made it clear what his point of view is. Yes, because he lives in America, and he can do that. It has nothing to do with this. The right thinks that the left is in a very different place with free speech than they have been before, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. This is arrogant. You don't punish somebody. It would be like if we stopped Henry Ford from making the cars because we didn't like what
Can you take one anecdotal example? One idiot, right? Truly an idiot.
This is not an idiot. This is someone with power.
An idiot with power.
Okay, but that's...
Let's talk about why we've talked about entrepreneurs and what makes America great. You know what makes our economy and what sustains our economy? The rule of law. And that's what I believe is at stake at this election. We want a fair and equitable approach to the rule of law. The great thing about America is an idiot makes a decision like that based on politics instead of based on what their job is. You can take it to the courts. The courts will overturn it, and I guarantee you they're gonna have that decision overturned, and they're gonna have to find another reason, a better reason, a more relevant reason to deny.
He'll learn a harder lesson. He'll just move more of his production and more of his launches somewhere else, to Florida, Texas,
exactly.
They'll learn a hard
small
But it's just the attitude
small business
that I find scary.
Who can't afford to go to court.
They're far too willing to stifle freedoms, including speech, for the sake of safety or misinformation, sometimes, which is coming from everybody. It's, no one has a monopoly on it. Or just power.
It's just power. Monopoly on it. Come on. That's some moral relativism right there.
I said nobody has a monopoly.
You said nobody has a monopoly on it, but that's like saying nobody has a monopoly on being a billionaire. He's got that monopoly up here. I mean, he's got more money than us. A lot more money than us.
I don't get the everyone point at it.
You're saying it's both sides. There's no doubt.
There's no misinformation.
There's some disinformation from the left, but comparing it to what Donald Trump
No, of course, I agree.
every day,
I
every
agree.
week, comparing it to what Elon Musk is spewing out, unfortunately, on X, you sound like Brett Stevens
I
right now,
don't.
with all due respect. It's a joke. That's a real time.
And you sound like him, who looks like Rachel Maddow. Or
At one point, Joe Scarborough claimed that Donald Trump and Elon Musk were the biggest sources of misinformation, but that didn't sit well with Maher or much of the audience. Critics argue that it's unfair to label political disagreement as misinformation. Maher pointed out that sometimes what gets called misinformation is just a different perspective, one that may not fit with the mainstream media's narrative. There was also talk about how public figures like Vice President Kamala Harris have been criticized for making exaggerated or misleading statements, just as Trump often has. The broader concern that some want the power to control what can be said online and in media, especially when it challenges popular narratives. Maher stood his ground firmly in the face of Scarborough's strong comments, showing why open dialogue and differing opinions are so important in a democracy.
This past week, I don't want people to listen to me. I don't want them to listen to you. I don't want them to listen to any. I want them to listen to what Donald Trump says. And this past week, Donald Trump said that he was going to use the military and the National Guard to arrest his political opponents. He was asked if he would back off of that, and he said no. In fact, he doubled down. He talked about Nancy Pelosi being evil, her husband being evil, Schiff being evil, talking about arresting them. He said he was going to execute the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff because he was disloyal to him. He even told another chief of staff who was a general, I wish my generals were like Hitler's generals.
This is the season of The Sopranos.
And it's crazy. And people, you tell people this, and they go, well, he didn't say that. You show them the clip, and then they go, he doesn't mean that.
He doesn't. That's it.
And
There's no way to say about Trump derangement syndrome. And I just like to say to my Republican friends, it's not deranged to fear this.
No.
It's not deranged to find this alarming.
He says
what?
I said, yeah, we're not saying this. We're not guessing what he's going to do. He's saying, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Liz Cheney in a military tribunal. His people have said they're going to arrest my producers. He said he was going to shut down CBS because he didn't like how they edited a package in 60 minutes. He's out of control. His words.
Free speech on Twitter, and Donald says he's going to shut down CBS. He's going to shut down his enemies. Elon, not a fucking word.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime. Whenever they talk about free, just means it's free for the people who like.
Free for me.
This debate highlights a bigger issue, the relationship between politics, media, and free speech in America today. As political leaders and media outlets shape the national conversation, it's essential to protect open discussion and ensure accountability from all sides. Whether you're left, right, or somewhere in the middle, it's clear we need honest conversations and mutual respect to keep democracy strong. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more big stories coming your way. Thanks for watching.